Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
They started on the ground with Eckler, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Young. And that's incomplete. You look at the Saints defense. They enter play 1 from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Throw there, incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that, and they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
On play action, now Carr. Little short pass here to Hill. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be second down. The Saints had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And right now they're probably asking, hey, who did we offend in the scheduling office? Back-to-back road games to start the season.
Yeah, that's a great question. I'll bet someone called the league office to protest, but sometimes it just shakes out that way. But if they can get out of this with a split, they'll get those home games later in the season. It could be quite an advantage for them if they take care of business now. They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Slant pass complete to Olave. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles, 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys, because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence, show some aggressiveness, go pick it up.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12.
Quick throw to Olave. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3 and leaves him with 4th and 1.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
He's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels and picking up some nice yardage.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Here we go now on first and goal. Kamara will score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
It's a gain of 35.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there. 47 yards rushing for him now in just his first 3 carries. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
Running on first down, Eckler. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Young. He's got Mingo. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 19. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20. Eckler now between the tackles. Demario Davis there on the stop.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score 6-7.
Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. and the first play will be a field goal try. This a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So here are the Saints to take over. They were losers to Kansas City a week ago, but they are out in front right now. And Shaheed going to go in motion. Play action. Now it's Carr. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. They'll get this out to Kamara. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Well, they try to swing it on left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for last yardage.
Meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Young off the bootleg. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here we go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here is Young. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Well, now they'll try the end around. Fighting his way through contact. And he's got this down to the 35. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And this is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Saints on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires, and the Panthers will get the football back. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now Young under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Young will set to throw. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Up the middle with Eckler, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line.
It's Eckler again. Able to power through, and he's going to get this inside the 30. 60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first time. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. To throw, Young. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Young to throw again on 2nd and 10. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Hurst. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Now here's Young. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Tyler Lockett. His first touchdown of the new season, and the Panthers have taken the lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time they were stopped on 4th down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is, because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on 4th down, Do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they've got something for us? Or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves. Let's get back out there and move the ball again.
And is it different when you get stopped on fourth versus punt? Is that more motivation for the defense, a little more confidence?
I think as a defense, you're so excited with a fourth down stop. Making them punt, that's your goal anyway. But a fourth down stop, that's almost a sign of disrespect that they went for it in the first place. And when you get that, you feel great about yourselves.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Panthers will take over possession here up at the 44.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. To throw on second down is Young. This to the sideline and nearly intercepted. Oh, he had that in his grasp. Couldn't get it. Instead, it'll bring up third down. Young. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Now this one taken in by Olave. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
On play action, it's Carr. He had a man open, but he missed it, and it's incomplete. Normally I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Well, they should have already said punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Now a 1st down throw for Young. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
On 2nd down, Young again. Got the connection here to Bourne. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. That's caught by Mingo, right side. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Rashid Shaheed on the return. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Steps away to his left. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the 3rd quarter here. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll find Shaheed out to the right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice gain. Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
And he's got it to about the 40.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 6. In motion right, that's Hardman. Jet sweep. Carr bats it forward. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. Here's Carr.
He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he is going to have the Saints first down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Now this time Carl throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And good yardage there on 1st down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Carr, a quick throw. It's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. That's a 7-yard line.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are an extra point away from taking the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd.
14. Panthers 13.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the 2nd half. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good 2nd half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ready. On 2nd down, Young. That's the tight end, Hurst, with it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
10. Shot, 17. Go.
Looking to throw, Young. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Panthers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2nd down, Young. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a Carolina first down and a gain of 16.
Ready?
A handoff. It's Eckler. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. And we're back now in Charlotte. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th.
Let's go.
And everybody thinking about the possible field goal on 4th. It would be 58 yards from here.
Hut, hut.
Young on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 23. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, Young. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
That throw by Young incomplete.
He's just not at his focus in this game. It's not 1 drop. It's not 2. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception.
Ready?
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. Escapes the defender. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. On the return, here's Rashid Shaheed. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
This offense so far on 3rd down, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Johnson's got it complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line.
Eligible receiver downfield. Awesome.
And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Carr, got to have this one. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they get it rather easily there. A gain of 9 on 4th and 3.
First down.
Carr going to throw. Olave over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up
Second and a couple.
at their 48-yard line.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Oh, a design run for their wideout. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
At the Panthers' 23-yard line.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first. Well, with him trailing here in the 2nd half, maybe his legs can try to give this offense a spark.
And that's the benefit of having a young quarterback, right? Having a rookie, a guy who will say, hold it a second, I have a little bit of fearlessness to my game. It isn't working as well the other way. Let's see what I can do to help my team this way. And boy, he did it there.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Here comes 2nd down. Here's Carr to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation. But instead, they fooled him a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Carr. And it is caught. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here we go, 1st and goal. trying to pound it in. Kamara. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Carr. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown.
From 3 yards out. And the Saints have taken a 4th-quarter lead.
Well, partner, this hasn't been the smoothest day for him, but he certainly picked the right time to get right, as they like to say. How about that for a touchdown?
Boy, he did. I guess they say all's well that ends well. It's not over yet, but you're right. He picked a good time for that first touchdown pass.
Exactly right. Not over yet. The defense is going to have to make it hold up.
And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So now Young and the Panthers down 20-19. A minute 13 to play. And they need about 35 yards to get in range for a winner as they come up on 1st down.
Come on, set. Set.
Young to throw. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Now Young. And this a quick slant to Lockett.
The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
Here's Young. Returning right back to Lockett. Down to the 10.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
The Bryce and that Panthers offense, they're going to stay out there and go for 2.
Now Young. And this one's caught. And their 4th-quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, they need a touchdown, and here they're saying, we're not going to get it 10 yards at a time. They felt they needed to take a shot there to at least get them across the 50, but that one falls incomplete. Now Carr shifting his guys around a bit.
Throwing his car. Finding Hardman. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. 2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Here's Carr. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Carr to throw. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Back to throw, Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. A fun, close ball game comes to an end on that last